think most people, when they think about demographics, they think about just like numbers on paper. And so most people don't understand what really demographics is about. It's about people. And it's finding the right people that you want to serve. So does it have information about, competition ratios and things like that? Absolutely. We've put clients in areas that aren't void of dentists all the time. And that's the other thing I would get on a soapbox about, and I'll do it for a moment, which is everyone thinks like, if I need to be successful as a startup, I need to go to a rural location because some person on Facebook says that's what the best thing to do. Okay, cool. Do you want to serve a rural population? What are their dental needs? If you don't want to live in a rural area and you don't want to serve rural patients, don't open a practice in the middle of nowhere just because somebody said that's a great opportunity. Demographics is about, I like to say, finding an area of the abundance of the kinds of patients you want to serve. That's what demographics is about. It's like what kind of patients you love to serve, but also understanding what is that competition. And different markets are going to have competition. I think pretty towns, and you can name a lot of different ones that a lot of people flock to, there's going to be greater competition. Now, greater competition doesn't mean you're going to fail. Greater competition means your growth pattern might be a little bit slower and you're going to spend more to buy a patient, i.e. marketing. You're going to spend more in marketing to attract patients. And that's what it is. So the demographics also helps give a parameter to real estate professionals like yourselves to say, okay, now that you're an associate, you've got this defined zone. You can go to Remy, you can go to Nick and say, hey, we have found this area. This is where we need to go. Now the curveball is demographics doesn't identify real estate. Most people think like, hey, so I got this report and it had this circle. I'm going to go into the circle. But the circle is about the people. But you need to understand, like, where do we need to attract the people? So in some cases, we may say, hey, go to Nick, go to Remy and say, hey, this is the great area, but like the people drive this way. Or we need to go one town over. Or hey, if you go 3 exits north, you're going to find more property. And that's how the people kind of travel within an area. So if you just look at a demographics report, most people say, I got a ring, a 2 or 3 mile ring or whatever it is. I'm going to go there. Well, no. That's just telling you where the people are. That doesn't necessarily correspond to real estate. So then we have to talk with real estate professionals like you guys and say, this is where they're at. We're around these areas.